We are happy to welcome back Clint Bergman, franchisee owner, general manager of Two Men and a Truck. Good morning, Clint. How you been?
Good morning. It's good to be here.
Good to see you. Hey, and if you didn't know, you're about to know. Two Men and a Truck, you guys have an amazing reputation, so much so that you've been voted #1 moving company in the Ozarks for the past 11 years in a row by the Springfield News Leader, and just recently recognized as Springfield's best moving company. So with all of that, those amazing accolades, tell us about your reputation, how you're able to keep it #1 11 years in a row.
Well, I appreciate that. The #1 thing I think is great employees. We take care of the employees. Employees take care of the customers. So we have great customers. But we also have fantastic employees. So the more we pour into them, we want them to be enchanted, encouraged, and go out and save the day for our customers who are dealing with a lot of stress, pressure, circumstances in their move, anywhere from A to Z, top to bottom. Things can go really well, things can go really bad in their life. And we show up on moving day and we just want to make it a great experience. And so our guys are primed and ready, trained, educated, enchanted, if you will. And we want them to take that energy and, pour it on over to the customers so they can just take a deep breath, and say, hey, my guys got it. So
you're very well known because anytime you're driving around town, I mean, anywhere in the Ozarks, you see the 2 Men and a Truck. You see that. And you have unparalleled customer service. Tell us more about how you really want to make those customers extremely happy with their move.
Yeah, well, I think it starts at the top. My business partner and I really put a lot of pressure, training, education, emphasis into our people to understand what does professionalism sound like, look like, taste like, what does it feel like, as a customer. And so we want to prime them, educate them, train them. We pour resources into them, online training. We send them to different places to get training to understand how to be a better spokesman, representative of our brand, our standards, our priorities, so that the customer can just have a fantastic experience of that. And so we try to prime them up as much as possible.
It shows.
Okay, so you do the online training for your hires, and then also kind of hands-on training as
yes,
well.
Absolutely.
That's so important.
Yes.
That is so, yeah.
I mean, because when I tried to pack my own house, it was a mess.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Everything broke.
Tell us about the moving. Where can you move with 2 Men and a Truck?
Pretty much anywhere, all 48 contiguous states. Yes, we have individuals in Colorado as we speak today on their way back home. We'll go to Washington, Florida, California, Texas.
So not just local?
No, about 95 to 98% is local. And so guys spend the night in their own bed, but we do have a good portion, 3 to 5% of our revenue does come from interstates, because customers need to move to other states, and so we can help them do that.
Okay, can we talk a little bit about kind of maybe like the support or insurance you might provide customers, with a move?
Yeah, absolutely. There's local moves and then there's interstate moves. So there's different levels. But in the interstate, it's the max. It's required. You have to have the max coverage for that kind of purposes and stuff. For local moves, though, we have an in-house thing that we coverage to help customers out without diving into any insurance, because we don't want a nickel and dime insurance with all the little small things that happen, a tiny scratch or something like that. We have vendors. We hire them and we take care of it for the customer in that regard. So, but on interstate moves, there is that component that if something is major, thankfully nothing has happened like that, but we do have the insurance to back it up.
And you think 2 Men and a Truck, it's a national franchise, but this is the local aspect of it. This is the local element. And that is important to you to keep that local feel here in the Ozarks.
Yeah, absolutely. We do have a brand standard, and there's over 300 franchises in the United States. We're international. There's in Ireland, UK.
Wow.
So there's other opportunities unfolding as we speak. But yes, with the 300 some odd franchises just here in the United States, 2 Men and a Truck here in Springfield was one of the first, and so we've been here 31 years, and so. Yes.
That's amazing.
But there's a nice network. We can call any franchise. We have meetings with them all the time to learn and grow from each other. And so if we want to get better in a certain area, we just call 4 or 5 of our franchisees that we know, spend an hour talking to them. We learn from them, they learn from us, and then all of a sudden we can pour that into our people, which helps the customer's experience. So, yeah.
And for anyone out there watching, you also provide packing services
Absolutely.
as well.
Yes.
How can they book you, and how far out should they book you?
Yeah, we're a phone call away. So we're getting into the fall. Okay, so usually we have a little bit more open flexibility this time of year. Definitely when you get into March, when things start to ramp up, you want to start calling 2-3 weeks in advance. And if you're wanting to move in the summer, it'd be nice. 30 days is a nice cushion to make sure you get the date you want, the time you want, and the truck, the people you want, and so forth.
And I also want to say thank you for sponsoring our Move of the Day, which is amazing. We get to see local athletes participating.
Absolutely.
And if you want to submit somebody, you can submit somebody to be our Move of the Day, sponsored by 2 Men and a Truck. We're
Absolutely.
thank you for doing that.
Yeah,
It's
it's so
really
fun.
fun.
Yeah,
And we
it's
love,
fun.
like you
Yes.
said, local. We like highlighting local athletes as well, which is super
Absolutely.
great. So thank you for doing that.
Okay, absolutely.
Thank you, Clint.
Yep.
All right, guys, don't go anywhere. So much more fun after this.